All right, so today we're diving into this absolutely fascinating concept, a product that's as much about celebrating lives as it is about respecting the planet. We're talking about the Australian Harmony Urn.
Yeah, and it's not just, another urn. It really stands out for a number of reasons. First off, it's handcrafted, which is becoming increasingly rare these days, right?
Exactly. And crafted from Australian iron-banded sandstone. I mean, how great is that? It's an all-Aussie product through and through. The whole idea just feels so rooted, like literally in the land.
Totally. And I think what's even more compelling is how intentional the design is. It's not just about looking beautiful, but also being functional. Plus, you don't see many options that strike that balance, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Because let's be honest, most of what's out there tends to be mass-produced imports, which, yeah, might be cheaper, but they don't come close in terms of quality or like environmental responsibility.
Right, and that's such a big point here. This urn is ethically sourced, and the environmental impacts, well, it's about as minimal as you can get. I mean, it's all Australian, from the stone they use to the actual crafting process, locally done and locally supported.
Yeah, and that's a huge deal, like especially now when people are so much more conscious about carbon footprints and, supporting local craftsmanship.
It gives people an option that aligns with their values, something meaningful and modern but still deeply connected to tradition.
And how great does that sound? A product that's as unique as the person it's honouring. We'll get into the design details here soon, but yeah, this feels like a real turning point for memorialisation practices in Australia. After learning about the Australian Harmony Urn and what you do with a loved one's ashes, I started thinking about how ashes are typically interred. It's surprising, isn't it? In many cemeteries, they're just placed in a standard plastic container and buried like that. Nothing like the thought and care put into something like this urn.
I didn't know that before. I mean, I hadn't thought about it, but you really want something more than just a plastic container placed in the ground, wouldn't you?
Exactly. It's like, here's this incredibly meaningful act, but the execution can feel so, impersonal.
Right, yeah, and that's where the Harmony Urn really steps up. It's not just a container, it's a whole experience. The ashes are housed securely inside the stone itself with this stainless steel cover on the base. It's thoughtful, it's dignified, it really honors the moment, you know?
And honestly, isn't that what you'd want? Something that feels, permanent, connected to the land like it belongs there. The stone itself is so unique too. No two urns look alike. Each one's this natural work of art.
Yeah, and that's one of the coolest aspects for me, the individuality of it. Just like every person has their own story, these urns kind of tell their own story too, through the natural variations in the sandstone.
Oh, totally. And I think this real shift towards creating memorials that reflect the values of the person, they're personal, sustainable, even a little poetic in a way. It's such a refreshing change from the, standard approach we've seen for so long.
Completely agree. It's like a celebration of connection, grounded in the beauty of where we are.
And that's exactly what makes the Harmony Urn so interesting. It's not just a memorial, it's a true reflection of Australian craftsmanship and individuality, don't you think?
Totally. It's like choosing something that represents not just a person, but where they came from. And the fact that it's all made locally, it doesn't get more Aussie than that.
Exactly. From the sandstone that's sourced right here in New South Wales to the work being done in Talking Stone's own facilities, the whole process is just so mindful.
Yeah, it's kind of this perfect blend of honoring the natural world while still being absolutely respectful of the production process. Everything from sourcing to the final product is thought through. Less carbon footprint, better workplace conditions, it's a win-win.
And that's where it really sets itself apart. So many imported urns are mass-produced, often in places where workplace standards aren't, let's say, as great as ours. And then they're shipped halfway across the globe. It's not exactly eco-friendly, right?
No, not at all. And contrast that with the Harmony Urn. Every step of the process is here in Australia. You've got locally sourced materials, minimal environmental impact, lovingly hand-carved by artisans who pour genuine care into each piece. It's almost like coming full circle, relying on what's close to home and putting that first.
And honestly, how nice is it to know that you're supporting that? That by choosing something like this, you're kind of making a statement about your values, like supporting local workers, sustaining an ethical supply chain, and all of those bigger picture things.
Yeah, and it's incredible how many layers there are to something so simple. It's not just a memorial, it's personal, it's sustainable, and honestly, it's beautifully symbolic of connection. To the person, to the land, everything.
Thinking about everything we just said about the Harmony Urn, it's fascinating how much consumer preferences have shifted over the years when it comes to memorialisation. People now seem to want more meaning, more connection, and more thoughtfulness, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's not just about preserving a memory anymore. It's about creating something that feels, well, unique. A reflection of a person's life, their values, and even, the world around them.
Exactly. And I think Talking Stones has really tuned into that idea of individuality. Like the Harmony Urn isn't just a product, it feels like a celebration. Every piece of sandstone is naturally unique, so it's like each urn has its own personality.
Totally, it's like walking into an art gallery and realizing that each piece tells a slightly different story. And the craftsmanship, oh man, you just don't see that kind of attention to detail when you're talking about those cookie cutter mass produced urns.
Right? And modern families are smart about these things. They're prioritizing quality, something that's going to last. Not just physically last, but emotionally too. It's about creating something lasting in every sense of the word.
And I think that's where the Harmony Urn really shines. It's handcrafted with love and care, it's timeless. Plus, the fact that it's made from Australian materials and holds the ashes so securely, well, that's just the cherry on top.
Exactly. And it's not just secure, it's thoughtful. The design is functional in a way that feels, well, dignified. And I mean, having the ability to personalize it, to add inscriptions or plaques, it's like giving families a canvas to tell their story.
Yeah, and what's cool is that they're not just offering personalization for the sake of it. Like the way the sandstone itself has natural variations, you're literally starting with something unique before you even add the personal touches.
Oh, for sure. It's not just about making a generic product special by tacking on a name. It's already special. The personalization is like customizing an already beautiful piece of music. It makes it even more meaningful.
And I think the fact that it's designed to work in so many different settings, like formal gardens or bushland, kind of reinforces that timeless quality. It feels like it belongs anywhere, yet still stands out.
Exactly. It's versatile, meaningful, and honestly beautifully designed. And when you think about how those qualities align with what people value today, quality, sustainability, uniqueness, it's like they've hit every single note. And what really fascinates me is how Talking Stones extends that same thoughtfulness beyond the families they serve to the professionals they partner with. I mean, funeral directors and cemetery operators, those working directly in the death care industry. They're supported in ways that truly help them meet the needs of modern families.
Exactly. That's something that doesn't always get enough attention. I mean, these are the folks working directly with families during, some of the most difficult times of their lives. So having tools and resources to better serve those families, that's huge.
Totally. And Talking Stones really gets that. They offer things like staff training to help guide conversations with families. There are showroom samples too, so people can actually see and feel the quality of the urn before making a decision. It just feels so thoughtful, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. And those marketing materials they provide, that's got to be a game changer for funeral directors, giving them the tools to communicate the value of something as unique as the Harmony Urn.
Exactly. And let's not forget product education, like helping these industry professionals really understand the craftsmanship and sustainability that go into each urn. It equips them to connect with families who want more than, the usual options.
Right. And here's the thing, it's not just about selling a product, it's about service, it's about serving customer needs and helping customers. It's about creating partnerships that elevate the entire experience for families who are navigating tough decisions. Honestly, that's what sets companies like Talking Stones apart.
Absolutely. It's all about helping the death care industry meet the needs of today's families. And I love that Talking Stones has over 2 decades of experience in this space. Like, they really know their stuff, but they're still innovating. It's such a strong combination.
Yeah, and the fact that these urns are available now for licensed funeral directors and select cemetery operators across Australia just shows their dedication to getting these meaningful products into the right hands.
It's all so intentional, like from the design of the product to how it's offered to the industry. Talking Stones has thought of it all. And I think it's safe to say the Harmony Urn is not only practical but genuinely groundbreaking in terms of what families can expect from modern memorial options.
Couldn't agree more. It's modern, it's meaningful, and it's an important step forward in honoring lives in a way that feels personal and reflective of our values today.
And on that note, I think we'll wrap things up here. If any of you listeners want to learn more about the Australian Harmony Urn or Talking Stones, you can check out their website or reach out directly. And honestly, even if this isn't something you're actively thinking about now, it's kind of amazing to see how memorialisation is evolving in such thoughtful ways.
Yeah, it's one of those topics that touches everyone at some point. And knowing there are options out there that combine tradition with modern values, that's just, it's really reassuring.
Absolutely. So with that, thanks for joining us today. This was such a meaningful conversation. Looking forward to the next one.
Same here. Take care, everyone, and thank you for listening.